What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Enigmatica 2 Expert. Oh yeah, guys. So last episode we were working on a way to get ourselves the Wyvern fusion injectors. Yep, the fusion crafting injectors. So we were able to make one of those, and when we wanted to upgrade the rest of these guys to the higher tier, we found out that we were running low on draconium dust. So what we're gonna do today is try and correct that problem. Now we saw that we can use the Void Ore Miner Controller tier 6, this guy, in order to get draconium ore. But again, the thing was, in order for us to do that, we have to upgrade a tier 5 to a tier 6. I don't really want to do that because the tier 6 does not get us all of our normal ores like copper, iron, etc. So we want to make a completely new setup. And as we saw last time, if we want to make enough of the structure frame tier 6, if we want to make, I think it was 92 of those. If we want to make those, it says that we are running low on wither skeleton skulls. Now, the reason why we need those skeleton skulls, I do believe, is because we are going to be spawning in wither bosses for nether stars. Okay. So what we need to do today is figure out a way to get more wither skeleton skulls so we can start upgrading to the Void Ore Miner Controller tier 6. Okay, so I do believe that we can produce wither skeleton skulls through UU matter. Yep, IC2 stuff. So I think that's what we're going to focus on today, is look at getting ourselves a, I think it's called a matter fabricator and dust fabricator. It is a matter fabricator. There's a mass fabricator. You probably want the matter fabricator, and then there's the matter fabricator. So it's got two different ones. So we will look at doing this one. So this is not super expensive. It does require 2 advanced machine casings, 2 of the advanced control circuits, a Lapatron crystal, and some glowstone. I believe we can make all of these different things. Get out of here, Enderman. Oh, no. All right, oh, can we turn down the sound? Is that a thing? I don't want to listen to it. Ah. Okay, we're fine. I'll just have to turn that back up. So we want to make this guy here, the matter fabricator. So we need, again, advanced machine frame, 2 of those. I believe we can do that. We need a Lapatron crystal, and we have that in AutoCraft, so that's real easy. And then we're going to need advanced control circuits. Let's make 2 of these. So that should pretty much be everything once all of these auto crafts complete here. And it looks like they're all done except for the Lapatron crystal portion of that. What are we doing here? Energy crystal. What are we doing? Energy crystal? Well, we have one. Oh, there must be a recipe malfunction here. Okay, so let's take a look at the, oh no, I need this one. Lapatron, this guy. So we are gonna re-encode this pattern. It says that one, energy crystal. I don't know why it's not using that. So we're gonna take this one, place that here, re-encode this pattern, and hopefully I can find where that thing went. I'm not seeing it. Anyway, we'll just throw it in here somewhere. So if I say Lapatron crystal, will it craft it this time? It says we have one available now. Okay, well, we got it. So are we able to do this? Oh yeah, matter fabricator, let's go. So we have this, it says it's a power tier 3. So we need to give it a bunch of power. Now, I don't know what kind of power we're currently providing to our IC2 system. If we look down here, I guess we can turn the volume back up now that that Enderman sound has stopped playing. There we go. So we are using advanced universal cable to convert from RF to EU. I don't know how much EU per tick we're actually generating off this. I kind of just feel like we can throw this down here and it should start doing stuff. But can we do stuff faster? I mean, I don't really know. So anyway, we're seeing that it goes up to 100% and we are generating 1 millibucket of UU matter per percent. Yeah. We're going to need this to go a lot faster than that. So let's take a look here. If we look at this, we are currently using 46,000 FE per tick. I I think I need a wrench, right? Can I pick this up with this wrench? Do I need an IC2 specific wrench? I honestly don't know. I've been playing a mod pack with Greg Tech recently where you can just break machines using a pickaxe, but I don't think IC2 allows you to do that, and I really want to break it with my pickaxe, but I think I need a wrench in order to pick it up. You know what? I'm just gonna try it. Oh yeah, it doesn't want to break very fast, does it? I think we're gonna destroy it if I do it this way. It's not super expensive, so if I do destroy it, that's fine. And it's gone. Okay. So we are, yeah, so that was using 46,000 RF per tick. Now, I think there is a higher tier mechanism cable that we can use to convert. This is the advanced universal cable. So mech universal cable. Yeah, let's try upgrading to the ultimate universal cable. Yeah, we'll make these. I'll make another one of those mass fabricators or matter fabricators, obviously. Let me do that and we'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, so we have upgraded the cable here to the ultimate universal cable. And you can see it's not keeping any power inside of it. It keeps getting power and it's going away. If we look at the flux point down here, we can see that we are now using 1.2 million FE per tick. Yeah, and this thing is going significantly faster. I did test this cable because I wasn't sure if we were piping in like a whole lot more power into like our metal former. This thing still works just fine with no transformer upgrades, so I was kind of expecting this machine to blow up because that's what IC2 likes to do if you give it the wrong type of power, but it seems to be just fine. But anyway, the thing is that we are generating matter, or I guess the UU matter really quickly. I was gonna say, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, so now that we're generating this quickly, we need to improve this machine. So what I would like to do is I would like to get myself a way that we can increase that. So again, we need to get another IC2 machine that produces scrap. Yeah. So scrap is made in a recycler by throwing away certain items. You use some power to take an item, you get a percentage chance of getting scrap. And scrap can be used as a boost in this thing. It goes right into this slot. Yeah, and it'll make it use less power and generate the same amount. So anyway, it's more efficient. Yeah, we can't sustain 1 million FE per tick for forever, right? So we need to definitely look at doing that. So in order to do that, we need to get ourselves a recycler. Recycler. So the recycler, that is just made with a compressor, which is basic machine, basic control circuits, all this kind of stuff. Some dirt, iron, glowstone, pretty inexpensive. And in my previous experience, I think we need more than one. So we'll go ahead and try and make one of these, see what it does. Compressor. Yeah, we'll try and make more than one of these. Well, I guess we'll try one, and then we'll see if we need more than one. So a basic machine casing, we have that on AutoCraft right there. Is that actually gonna complete? It looks like it did. I wasn't sure if we were stealing all the power away and it wouldn't be able to do anything, or how that was gonna work. Okay, and then we need a basic control circuit as well to complete that. Okay, basic control. There we go. There's a compressor and there's a recycler. Awesome. So again, we need items to pump into this thing for it to recycle. Cobblestone generators are usually a pretty good way of doing that. We might look at, do we have some kind of like cobblestone generator that's like really easy? Oh, there's this one. This produces 512 cobblestone per second constantly. A little expensive to get to that point, but I think we could craft that up. That might be something that we do. I know we were using the industrial foregoing stuff in order to generate cobblestone and turn that into gravel, sand, and stuff. That might be another option. I think we'll try that cobblestone generator thing. We just need to get ourselves a bunch of buckets of lava. But yeah, let me go ahead and do that real quick. We'll see if we can get that going. Do we have a way to make lava pretty easily in this mod pack? There's lava fabricator. We can go to the nether and steal some. I don't know. We can take netherrack and smelt that down. Okay, this might be what we do here. Get ourselves another magma crucible specifically for making lava. Okay, well, let me go ahead and try and figure out a way to generate lava, and we'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and generate lava by using a magma crucible and netherrack. I think that seems like the best way to do it. So we will place a export bus on the back of our magma crucible. We'll put our acceleration cards in here with a filter for the netherrack. And then we're going to put a fluid storage bus on the back of this portable resonant tank that I just got done making. I didn't enchant it with holding or anything, but it should hold like a pretty decent amount. And I think this will make lava pretty quickly as well. Pretty sure, especially since it's being tick accelerated by our astral sorcery ritual. You can tell by the particles. Okay, so also I was making sure we had enough channels back here. I think this one right here is what goes back behind and connects to these. And it looks like we are using only 5 channels out of 8. So we should be able to connect 2 more devices, no problem. So we'll go ahead and connect those up. So things should start happening here as soon as this thing recognizes that it's connected to the network. Or, oh, you know what? I guess we also need to get power to it. That'll probably help too. Point. And we'll just throw this thing right here. I might hide the power here in a little bit so we can see it better. All right, so we're going this speed. As soon as this thing gains more power, this should start processing a little bit more fast, I think. Yeah. So is this gonna gain enough power? Do I have... Okay, let's turn the limit off. I don't know if that really makes much of a difference here. But yeah, it looks like we're kind of limited to how much power this thing can have because of the acceleration. But I think we're making lava decently fast. Yeah, this holds 800 buckets of lava, so that'll be pretty good. I don't think we need that much. Anyway, now that we have lava coming into the system and we have it on a storage bus, we can start making ourselves a fluid recipe here for the cobblestone generator, which I believe we're going to do. Let's go to this guy. So the recipe is bucket of water, bucket of lava, basic plating, and 10 ingots. So let us do this. Now, since this is using fluids, we do have to put it down to our fluid crafting. That'd be this guy right here. Currently, we have the one in here for the infinite water. So we're going to put the cobblestone generator in there as well. And then we also need to make the other recipes here. So we'll make one to upgrade it to a compact. And then we'll make one to do the dense. Yep. Okay, so now we have all of those. We can put those in our regular system over here. And I guess I'll just stick them right like that. So if I want to make a dense cobblestone generator, this one, if I want to do that, I mean, it says that we can craft everything, but we're going to need 256 buckets of lava before it will successfully craft. How are we doing right there? We're almost at that point. Okay, well, I'm going to start up the craft and see what happens. I know the fluid crafting goes a little slowly. Dense cobblestone generator, next start. So things are happening here. I am kind of curious to see how that is using the lava. I mean, I guess it's using it slower than we were putting it in there. So it's going to take a minute for this recipe to complete. The fluid crafting isn't super fast, but it is something that you can do with applied energistics using the, what mod are we using here? This is the Extra Cells 2 mod. Yep. Anyway, let's wait for this to finish up and we'll hook up the rest of our IC2 stuff. All right, guys. Well, if you didn't know, there is an option under music and sound for IC2 sound. Before that was at 100%. That's pretty annoying to listen to after a few seconds. So yeah, we turned this down to like 10%, something like that. And it's a little bit, it's a little bit nicer. So our dense cobblestone generator is now done. We're going to go ahead and break out some blocks here. I assume this pushes cobblestone. So if I put it there, oh yeah, so we are now doing stuff. So this should be generating scrap. Am I inside that armor stand? I guess I am. So this should be generating scrap every now and then. Now I did go ahead and make some overclocker upgrades so we can speed this process up. So we can throw some in here. Man, it is not making scrap very fast, is it? Well, we can continue to do this and hopefully that'll keep up. It looks like it doesn't really show. We might be reaching the limit on that. We might have to make another one of those and put on different sides. But anyway, so we're getting scrap here. So now we need to get ourselves an ejector upgrade. and we want to eject to, well, I guess from this side of the block, right? So if I shift right click on here, it'll say automatically output to the north side. And if we look this way, the top of the map is north. So that is correct. So we can place that here. And that should be putting the scrap over into this thing. So now you can see we have an amplifier. So that should help increase the energy usage of this thing. I'm not sure if we're going to see much of a difference down here, but it should help increase the energy usage of this and hopefully produce UU matter that much faster. But yeah, as you can see, we're not producing this stuff very fast. Can I add in more of these things? Like pretty soon we're just chewing through cobblestone faster than that thing can handle. Really what we want to be able to do is keep this thing full of scrap. So either we're going to need more recyclers with more of these dense cobblestones, or we need more dense cobblestones on this one recycler, and then we just overclock it even faster. I'm not sure what is more energy efficient, if we have one block really overclocked or multiple blocks. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I think I'm going to play around with this for a little bit longer. I might add in 1 or 2 more of these dense cobblestone generators, see how that goes, and then we will continue on. Alright guys, so it's been a little bit of time since that last clip. Some things happened. My computer blue screened while I was just kind of like doing some stuff. We added in some dense cobblestone generators here. We got 3 of them, and that's allowing this recycler to keep up with 18 speed upgrades. We have a stockpile of scrap here, and this is always full. Yep. So the thing is with the blue screen though, the flex points kind of broke. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what happened, but my network got deleted. So I remade my network, and then every flex point that we had around the base had to be like broken, placed down again, and then told to connect to that network. So I think I've gone around and I have gotten all of these except for, I believe, this one right here. So if I break this and then replace it, you can see that it is no longer blue, it's showing white. And then I have to select the network. But yeah, I think pretty much all of those are now connected again. Yeah, it's actually kind of surprising how many of these flex points we have all over the base. I hope that doesn't happen again because that is super, super annoying. Anyway, so things of note here. We are currently using 1.2 million FE per tick to generate UU matter, right? So we can't leave this running all the time. We are using 6 times or so the amount of power that we're generating from our extreme reactor over here. So if we take a look at our power, we are losing GERFs pretty steadily. Yep. I mean, granted, we have a lot of power here, but we will run out. So this is kind of a problem. Our reactor's turned back on. It's going full bore. We have some uranium that I have processed, but I think actually I left that up to be, or I left that on to be automated. So like every uranium that we're getting is being processed. I want to turn that off again. So yeah, we have power coming in, but we're not making a whole lot of power. We're making over 200,000 RF per tick. But we're using 1.2 million just on UU matter, and in fact, I think it can use up to like 5 million if it's making 1 UU matter per game tick. So 20 millibuckets a second, or however that's all figured out. But anyway, I feel like this is not a great thing for us to do at this point in time. I didn't realize it's going to be using this much power, so I think we need to turn this off. So we have 21 buckets worth of UU matter, which is pretty decent. I've kind of gone through the configuration of this mod pack and I was looking, we can make wither skeleton skulls out of that UU matter. The thing is, each wither skeleton skull is 5 buckets of UU matter. Yeah, so we can't like, this is a way to get it, but we can't really sustain this until we up our power system. There's a few different things that we can do to up our power system in this mod pack. We can make our extreme reactor more extreme and go crazy with it, but at some point it's just gonna not be worth it. And I kind of feel like we're at that point right now. Like, it's pretty big as it is, and it's only producing 200,000 RF per tick, 206,000. Yeah, I think we're gonna look at a different power source. Now we can make power using nuclear craft, and we can also make power using mechanism. I kind of feel like I want to do the mechanism route because I haven't really done that before. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Now that does require a large amount of infrastructure to set up the mechanism, the reactor thing. We need the reactor controller, so we're going to need a couple ultimate control circuits. We can make that. We need ultimate gas tank, so that's craftable. That's fine. We need reactor frames, which are steel casings around atomic alloys. Not that big of a deal. And then we need a fusion core. I feel like we just made one of those not too long ago. Well, we have a craft set up to make those. Maybe that was part of our fission reactor. I can't remember. But that's part of the recipe for the reactor controller. So I feel like we should be able to do that. Is this in the mechanism section? I haven't even looked at this yet. Where is mechanism? Is there thermal evaporation plant? We have the quantum entangler, the fusion reactor right here. Yes, look at this. We even have a quest for doing this. So a reactor capable of producing insane amounts of energy. That's what I like to hear. It runs on DT fuel made from deuterium and tritium. Okay. So pretty much all of this can come from water. Yeah. I'm not sure what the best way to set that up in this particular mod pack is, but I'm sure we can figure out something. But in order to get tritium, I do know that we need thermal evaporation plants. We have to take water, turn it into brine, and then take that brine, turn it into lithium. And then there is another thing, I forget what it's called. This thing, the solar neutron activator. This thing takes the lithium only in sunlight during the day, and it converts it into tritium. Yeah. I know that nuclear craft has different versions of deuterium and tritium. I don't know if that works in the mechanism reactor or not, but I would like to set up one of these things completely mechanism. Now, this thing right here, we can see does require HDPE, which means we need to get HDPE pellets, which means we have to set up this whole process here, which we've done before in other series, but I don't think we've done in this particular series. Yeah, we don't have substrate or ethylene or any of that stuff. So that'll be something that we're going to have to look at doing. I think the first step, we probably should look at making the thermal evaporation plants and get those hooked up and online. We can do that. Let's see, mech, and it's these blocks here, the thermal evaporation controller. So that's an ultimate fluid tank, some ultimate control circuits, which you can make a thermal evaporation block, steel, copper. That's not that big of a deal. We need thermal evaporation valves, more of the same kind of stuff, and then the thermal evaporation block, yeah, we saw that as part of the controller. And then we have to heat this, which we can do either from solar, which only works during the day, or we can use resistive heater, which is one of these blocks down here, where you can pump in RF and heat them that way. And I think that's the way we're gonna go. So I think first things first, let's go ahead and set up 2 of these thermal evaporation plants. One of them to make the brine, and then a second one to take that brine and turn it into lithium. All right, guys. Well, we got the thermal evaporator blocks all made. This is more than enough that we needed for the quest to be completed, but this should get us 2 different thermal evaporation towers. But I'll put those in my inventory now so we can complete that quest. Cool. So we have this one done. Let's go ahead and claim the top loot chest. We'll pop it. We get ourselves a inventory upgrade cake. I think we've already done that one before. That's what this is, that we just don't ever use. Anyway, so now we have the thermal evaporator quest complete. The next quest is this one up here, the fusion reactor. This is the one that I think is going to be more important, but we can't really do this until we get that HDPE being made, right? So in order to do the HDPE, let's start back here, HDPE. So we need the sheet, right? So let's bookmark the sheet. The sheet comes from the pellets. The pellets come from a PRC with oxygen and ethylene. So I'll mark down the pressure reactor chamber, the oxygen, and the ethylene. Okay. Yeah. It looks weird. The gases are like a line, and then the liquid is like a full block, I think is how that works. Anyway, so we need liquid ethylene, and ethylene comes from the gaseous ethylene in a condensator. I guess we'll mark that one down and bookmark this. Ethylene comes from another pressure reaction chamber with biofuel, hydrogen, and water. That is gaseous hydrogen. Okay. So we get hydrogen from an electrolytic separator that comes from water. That makes hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, so that's really where we need to start off here is a electrolytic separator with water. Let's see, back to ethylene. Yeah, so water goes into this PRC with hydrogen, and then we get the hydrogen from water and an electrolytic separator. And then biofuel can be pretty much anything in a crusher. Well, I guess any bio substance. Looks like saplings. We can use pumpkins. We already have a pumpkin thing set up for our astral sorcery cakes, right? So we can reuse some of those pumpkins. Yeah, lots of different things here. Sugarcane if you wanted to do that. Pumpkin seeds. I can't remember what the best one is, if it's straight up pumpkins or if it's pumpkin seeds or melons. One pumpkin gives you 6 biofuel, and the pumpkin seed gives you 2. And then I think you can craft the pumpkin into different pumpkin seeds or something. I can't remember how this all works, but melon slice, that gives you 4 of them. Actually, this might have been the best way of doing it. You get a melon, you fortune it, and you get like up to 9 slices, and then you get 4 biofuel per melon slice. Or actually, I guess one melon just crafts directly into 9 melon slices, and then that turns into 4 biofuel. So melon is obviously the preferred choice here. So we will probably be setting up something to do that for the biofuel. But yeah, electrolytic separator, like these are all pretty basic machines. I don't think we've made one of those. Oh, it looks like we actually did make that at some point. So we need pulverized iron in order to do this. So I'll just grab, how about 32 iron? We'll put it into our pulverizer over here. And then we'll tell the system to make an electrolytic separator. Actually, it looks like we already have one pre-made that was not sitting on top of this one, so I didn't see it before. Okay, so we have an electrolytic separator. That's cool. So then we need to put water in there, and then we get hydrogen and oxygen out. We don't care about the oxygen, just the hydrogen. And then we need to get ourselves a crusher to make biofuel. So a crusher, it has to be the mechanism crusher. Okay, so we need 2 buckets of lava. You know what, I guess we can make a recipe for this so we don't have to do the whole buckets of lava thing. And then we need basic control circuit. Do that. This should just take a second to craft up. There they are. We'll replace this. Okay, now I can just tell the system to craft it. And since we have lava available for crafting, we'll put it right here. So that is a crusher. Yeah, we should be able to craft this thing. It says oh, you know what? That's right. We can't do that because we have to put it downstairs in the other thing. I kind of wish you didn't have to do this. But anyway, now if we tell it to make a crusher, it should work. We just have to get a little bit of steel and some other things. And there we go. There is the crusher that we're looking for. Do we have the upgrades for this? What is that, a tier installer? We have a couple of them. You know, there was another quest here, if I remember right, for the next tier installer, the elite tier. Let's go ahead and make a recipe for the elite tier installer. Yep, that'll be a way that we can... Oh, that required plutonium. That's why we didn't do that before. That'll be very useful for us to upgrade our machines to the elite tier. Go back down to where we just were, somewhere around here. Okay, so elite tier installer. And I can't remember if you have to go in order, like you have to upgrade it to the advanced before the elite, or if you just click it with the elite. Let's try this. So if we put the crusher down and then we do this, shift right click. Yeah, that doesn't seem to work. Maybe we have to upgrade to the factory first. So crusher, the uses for this, Can you not upgrade this to a crushing factory? There's a basic crushing. Oh yeah, you might have to do the tier installers separately. That might be the reason that that's not working. So advanced, well, I was gonna say we'll make one of those, but we're out of zirconium. Okay, we need a couple zirconium ingots, so let's smelt those down. All right. Tier installer, again, this, do it, and then the basic one, do it. All right, so all of those should finish up, and then we should be able to upgrade this crusher to the next level. So there's the basic. We have our elite. We need the advanced. There it is. Awesome. All right, so let's set this guy down one more time. So basic, there it is, and then advanced, then elite. Okay, so now we're able to upgrade this thing all the way. That's what I wanted to do. So we can also grab the upgrades. Yep, we just need 8 of each of these and 8 of each of these. Cool. Upgrade this thing all the way. Shift right click on it and these. Cool. So our crusher should be able to crush things really, really quickly now. So we'll be able to make all sorts of biofuel. No problem. Rotary condensator. Condensator. Yeah, I figured we had that on auto craft here. So yeah, we can craft that up. Pressurized reaction chamber. I am positive we don't have one of those. Pressurized reaction chamber. This requires an enrichment chamber and dynamic tanks. Like all of this stuff is pretty simple. These are things that we've been doing, that we've been doing through Mechanism for a while now. So tell you what, let's go ahead. I'll just get all this stuff set up. We will probably next episode put all these pieces together and actually start producing the ethylene and the HDPE and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we've run out of time for today. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.